Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. If you're joining us, you're probably ready to cut right through the noise and really understand the concepts that are driving our tech investments and shaping the future of business operations. Today, we're going to unpack a fundamental distinction that honestly gets lost in all the headlines and the hype: narrow AI versus AGI. We'll be doing a deep dive into the core differences between the AI that's actually driving ROI today and the theoretical, highly advanced AI of tomorrow. So let's dive right in.
Think about the device you probably have sitting right next to you right now, or maybe the enterprise software you're logging into every single day. We hear the term AI thrown around constantly in tech keynotes, vendor pitches, you name it. But you have to ask yourself, are the algorithms curating your feeds or predicting your supply chain truly thinking? Well, to answer that, we first need to establish exactly what we mean when we say AI. Because without a shared definition, strategic planning gets really muddy really fast.
At its absolute foundation, artificial intelligence is simply intelligence inhabited by a machine, rather than a natural biological life form. That is our baseline. Instead of biological brains, we're dealing with code and silicon. AI relies on various learning algorithms to get these machines to complete specific types of tasks. And broadly speaking, this entire universe of AI can be broken down into two main categories based on their operational scope.
Section 1. The reality of narrow AI. Focused on a single task. Narrow AI is artificial intelligence strictly focused on a single, narrow subject or task. From a business perspective, listen, this is where virtually all of our AI capital is being invested today. The key word here is narrow. Now, that doesn't mean the technology isn't incredibly complex or mathematically astounding. It definitely is. But it means its objective is singular. It literally has blinders on.
You know, think about social media auto-tagging. It's a prime example of this algorithmic process. A photo gets uploaded and instantly, boom, a notification pops up suggesting a name. Underneath the hood, it's a very specific process. Step 1, it identifies a face. Step 2, it compares that face against a massive database to suggest a match. And Step 3, it asks for user confirmation just to train its own accuracy. That whole entire process, that is narrow AI. It has the single operational objective of classifying photos. It is brilliantly efficient at that one specific job, but frankly, it's completely useless for anything else.
Even a self-driving car, which feels incredibly sci-fi and futuristic, still operates under this exact same category. The objective is singular: get a person safely from point A to point B. Sure, it's processing real-time video, it's predicting pedestrian movements, but fundamentally it is narrow AI. And for businesses deploying these kinds of systems, this narrow scope is actually absolutely crucial for managing operational risk. The AI's boundaries are strictly limited. If you were to ask a self-driving car to, say, manage a hedge fund or write your Q3 marketing copy, it completely fails, because that is entirely outside its program scope.
Section 2. The AGI Dream, the Limitless Leap.
Now, on the totally opposite side of the spectrum lies general AI, or artificial general intelligence, AGI. This is a system able to learn and do any intellectual task that a human can do. Just let that sink in for a second. We are talking about a massive paradigm-shifting jump in capability. This is no longer about immediate software deployment for a quick ROI. This is the ultimate long-term research goal for the world's leading tech companies. We're talking about a machine possessing human-like cognitive flexibility, fully able to master entirely new domains independently.
Going back to our vehicle example really highlights this contrast perfectly. A narrow AI car strictly manages navigation and safety, right? Well, an AGI self-driving car wouldn't be confined just to driving. Because it possesses general intelligence, it could be casually navigating traffic while simultaneously optimizing a global supply chain in the background, researching new pharmaceutical compounds, and, developing an entirely new product line for your company. That right there is the defining characteristic of AGI, the seamless ability to cross completely different intellectual and operational domains.
And AGI's capabilities would be wildly diverse. It could act as a flawlessly optimized physical trainer while accurately predicting complex global economic shifts, driving cutting-edge medical research, and yes, maybe even acting as a master chef, developing the world's absolute best donut recipe. I know, it leans almost into absurdity when you list it out like that, but that's exactly the point. An AGI wouldn't be a single-use corporate tool. It would be a scalable intelligence capable of tackling the entirety of human intellectual pursuit all at the exact same time.
Section 3. Our Present and Future. Where we stand today.
So, here is the reality check. Currently, all AI systems deployed in the world today are considered narrow AI. Every chatbot, every generative image tool, every predictive enterprise algorithm you use, they are highly sophisticated for sure, but they are firmly bounded. Meanwhile, AGI remains an unsolved active area of research. So, if we're outlining a practical timeline here, narrow AI is what you adopt and optimize for your business operations today. AGI is the holy grail of computer science that is still firmly in the R&D phase. It's something to monitor strategically for the distant future.
But just because it isn't sitting in our tech stacks today doesn't mean business leaders shouldn't be strategizing for it. Consider this direct quote from our source material regarding AGI. Once it is solved, you can bet that our world as we know it will forever be changed. The stakes of AGI research are truly monumental. The very moment a machine can rival or even surpass human intellect across all domains, the fundamental structures of our economy, our labor markets, and how we run our business operations face a massive, systemic transformation.
Which leads us to our final thought for today. What will that forever changed world actually look like? When the main bottleneck to innovation is no longer human cognitive capacity, but rather just the raw speed of silicon, how do our businesses, and frankly, our purpose, adapt to that? The potential operational risks and rewards are almost unimaginable. It's a question without an answer today, but it is absolutely one we all need to be actively preparing for as our narrow systems inch closer and closer to that incredible general threshold. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and remember to keep questioning the technology that is shaping your future.